depicting himself as Jesus.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one.
Almost 80 years old. It's time for a mentor evaluation.
Kristen, that interpretation that the president was trying to depict himself as Jesus wasn't limited to the press, which he often attacks. Some of his own supporters were calling this blasphemous.
Yeah, not just some. A number of his own supporters were really upset about this post, saying that it was blasphemous, saying that he was idolizing himself, that this was not something that you joked around about, interpreting yourself as Jesus Christ. President Trump, of course, saying that he thought he was just being a doctor and helping people. But, of course, if you look at the hands in that photo, you see that these are, seem to be some kind of divine hands that are doing their own healing. And also the timing of all of this, because it's coming at a time where President Trump has been in a tit-for-tat back and forth with Pope Leo, particularly over the war in Iran. Pope Leo has become more outspoken, particularly about President Trump's rhetoric when he said that he was going to essentially extinguish an entire civilization. And President Trump has been lashing out at the Pope before he posted this image of himself as a Christ-like figure. And even today, he was asked if he should apologize to Pope Leo for his kind of screed against him. And here's what he said.
Will you apologize?
No, I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. I think he's very weak on crime and other things, so I'm not. I mean, he went public. I'm just responding to Pope Leo. And you know, his brother is a big MAGA person, and he's a great guy, Louis. And I said I like Louis better than I like the Pope.
I'm not entirely sure that it is in the Pope's job description to be hard on crime, and I'm not even sure where he would do that. President Trump started talking about crime in the United States, which would obviously not be Pope Leo's jurisdiction if he was at least to take that on. But in addition to all of this, the one thing to really point out here is how quickly President Trump took it down. It goes to show you that he was hearing these calls from his supporters and likely getting some of these calls directly. Remember, the last time a controversial video was posted on Twitter, President Trump said it was done by a staffer. It was the racist video of the Obamas, and it took him a very long time to actually take that video down. This was done in just a number of hours. As you noted, some of his strongest supporters were railing against him.